Hi, everybody. Angel here. I am so happy to be on today. And today we're going to be speaking with Ashley of Recycle to Riches. So, we're going to learn about sustainable fashion and sustainable products. Here we go. So thanks so much, everybody, for joining either live or on the replay. Hi there.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having us.
Awesome, awesome. I did pin our agenda on the bottom just to kind of help me to go, kind of keep track of everything and talk about sustainability with you today and about your company, Recycle to Riches, which is a
Yes.
cool name because that's exactly what you're doing. You're turning something that a lot of people think is, maybe ready to, be tossed or given away to someone else. And you're like, no, 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 no. We know what to do with this. So, but let me not give away the plot. So again, thanks so much, Ashley, for taking the time. And we're going to kick it off with a bit of the background and history and the mission of Recycle to Riches. When and why was Recycle to Riches created?
So it was when I was 19. Legally, it was
Oh,
19. I started
awesome.
doing the process when I was gonna turn 19,
Uh-huh.
18 years old.
Hmm.
And that was in 2015. I believe
Wow.
April 3rd or something, I got my DBA
Oh
officiated,
my
for
goodness.
Recycle the Riches.
Hmm.
And that was just when we were starting out. I was just doing transformations and actually
Uh-huh.
selling vintage and just
Oh.
finding stuff and upcycling it a bit. And then that kind of spurred from just really finding the waste of the fashion industry from my internships that I had out here in Los Angeles. And it was mainly with the fast fashion industry that I had internships with, and it was rough to see that waste. So that's what spurred on the fact that I believe we can use what's already out there,
Totally.
and that's why it started. And then it transformed so much, and I was not expecting this at all, but sometimes when you create something, it just creates its own thing, and you really can't control it, and you have to let it grow itself. It's like a kid, you have the kid, and then you're like, all right, we didn't expect you to be like that, but my dad says that all the time, right? I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
expect you to
that's
be
a good
like this.
one. That's a good one. I like that.
It gets away with you. So now we're a 501c3 nonprofit, and we're actually, our goal as a whole is to change the culture of consumption. And
Mm,
we do it through communication, just like this, collaboration, like we do together,
mhm.
and community education, like what we're doing right now. So everything we're doing
Wow.
together is our goal and our passion for our 501c3.
Okay, so for our international audience as well as even our national audience who may or may not know what that exactly means, a
Yep.
501c nonprofit, what does that really mean? Because we are
Yeah.
so used to hearing about, big business, profit and loss, so what does that really mean for you and I guess for your customers, for the world?
Yeah, basically what this means is we can do so much more for you guys and for the community and for the environment. We can really drive home our passion with being a 501c3 nonprofit. And I'll tell you, the number one reason why we can do this is because now we can take on sponsors. We can
Ah,
actually get donations, and we can give write-offs. And this helps us. This gives us the motivation to cover our bottom line. Sorry, did you hear that text? I'm sorry about that.
no,
Oh, good.
I did not.
Oh, good. yeah, this gives us the ability to cover our bases, our expenses, and we're not fully set up for donation yet, and our
Yeah.
platform's not ready. Because we really want to make it clear to you guys where your money's going. So what we're in the process of doing is actually setting up a pie chart to show you guys what percentages is going where, what's happening with your money, and what we're doing with it. So this is what we're doing in the background. And remember, I didn't say this, but just in 2020, we transformed into a 501c3.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we
So
are,
it's recent. Yeah.
it is,
You're growing. You're growing. Yeah. Yeah. But that's normal. I mean,
oh, it's
you
a
know,
beautiful process. I never expected it, and I'm so excited for it.
yeah, and I think what's great too is that well, first of all, a lot of businesses and a lot of individuals had to pivot last year as well and, transform themselves unexpectedly, obviously, because of the global pandemic. So,
Right.
I think that's, neither here nor there in terms of, I guess, what we could call the growth, but it's really cool that, you are kind of taking it as it comes, like whatever comes, you kind of you take advantage of it and you move with the times, which of course is so important for
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah. That's the
Yeah,
key if you're running a company or a business, or even you're just doing your own little side hustle. You really just have to go with the flow. And if you
totally.
can't, and believe me, I can't do it all the time. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
freak
yeah.
out. Like honestly, before this interview, I was like, I could do this. I can get on the air, because we're all self-conscious, right?
Yes,
We're all
yes,
self-conscious.
yes.
So it's just about going with the flow,
Yeah,
take a deep breath,
yeah.
take it day by day, second by second.
Awesome. So tell us, please, a bit about your product line. I guess the different categories of products you have. That would be
Yeah.
great. Thanks.
Yeah. So we have a whole bunch of different products on our marketplace, recycletoriches.org. And also, basically, the process that it goes through is pretty in depth, and I know we're going to get into that, and I'll talk about that when we do. But the array of products is so that you can transform into a sustainable lifestyle. So we're still growing. We're still always, every first Friday of every month, we launch a product. And last year it was every Friday. So we were growing, and we got you guys an awesome group of brands that we trust and love, all the way from reusable cotton swabs to bamboo ear picks,
Incredible.
anything you need, to reusable wraps. And we're growing. We're not the biggest right now. There's a bunch of different sustainable marketplaces out there, but the awesome thing about this is when you shop on R2R, the percentage that we get from our dropship system, because remember, we pair up with the brands and they choose the percentage of commission that R2R gets, because the brand knows how much they're worth. We don't know. So I don't like putting that on them. So they choose that percentage that we get goes right back into the nonprofit and funnels in. So when you shop with us, you're not only supporting a nonprofit, but you're also supporting the local and sustainable brands. And usually they're small.
I noticed that, and obviously I've looked at your website more than once. So
Yes.
yeah, no, and I highly recommend anyone who's watching live or on the replay to have a look over at recycletoriches.org and have a look at the different categories. Now I'm glad you mentioned a couple of things. So the first one is that they are small businesses. The second thing that I think is cool is that you are frequently adding new products. So it's always fresh and new. And so customers can always say, oh yeah, let me go have a look and see what they have this month, And so, I mean, that always keeps it nice and exciting, in my opinion,
Yeah,
because obviously, variety is the spice of life, and
exactly.
it's just always really nice that there's something new and exciting coming out.
Yeah, it keeps it fresh. And you know what? There's so many sustainable brands and new brand owners that are opening up. Why not keep supporting the new ones that are coming out?
Totally, totally. And so I guess why did you choose, just to kind of dig a little bit deeper into your comment that they're small businesses? And I know, and I mean, why would your company choose like small businesses versus, let's say, bigger suppliers, quote unquote?
Hmm.
How does that all fit into your, I guess,
Model.
mission and model?
Yeah, well, we do have an array. We have an Organic Cup is a big company. We do have an array. So, but the biggest thing that I do is do the life cycle analysis with the brand owner on the phone, or a representative that knows the brand back and forth. So this tends to be small businesses that the brand owner knows what's going on. It just tends to be that. So that's kind of my answer. It didn't really was not like, oh, I need small businesses. It just turned into that because that's the way they're going. Small business owners that are starting up and doing it now, they want to know where their products are coming from. They want to know where their supplier is, what's going on with their fabric and everything. So, and the shipping and all this, and they need help most of the time, and they need more information. And I think that's why they're drawn to Recycle to Riches.
And you make such an interesting point that they want to know where their products are coming from, because at least they won't get those surprises like let's say some big companies do. Unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know which way it goes. There is a global company that was recently, put on the hot seat because, in summary, their products are not fair trade. In other
Right.
words, their employees are suffering.
Right.
And I won't even get into all the details, but
We can if you want, man. I will go.
it's horrific. It's really horrific what is happening with their employees. And so, to your point, at least with smaller companies who know the ins and outs of their suppliers, at least they won't get those surprises. And I learned a little bit about this in the vegan fashion week, and I think you were involved in that too. I think that's how I discovered you last year, and I believe it
Yay.
was in the October timeframe. And
Oh, was that the one that I was sick the second day and couldn't show up for?
it might, yeah, it was a virtual
It
one, and
was
they
the
had like
2 day.
speaker. It was they had
Oh, I got the first
speakers.
one. It was amazing.
Yeah,
And then the
yeah.
second day I was done for. And
Oh,
oh, I had to get someone
yeah.
to pack us up. But you know what? Again,
Wow.
go with the
Oh,
flow.
totally, totally.
You're
No, no,
still
no.
human.
Totally, totally. No, no, no. I mean, yeah, don't take it too hard. But I learned a bit about like how, for example, there was one smaller fashion house, I will call it, and she was saying how she went to the country where her products were being produced, and she like she was feet on the ground, and she just
Yeah.
I guess she just walked through the factory or the location, and at
Yeah.
least she saw firsthand, how things are going there.
Yeah.
So I think
And
that's
that's
really
really important.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that actually, if I can, brings me
Please,
up to
please.
another point. People could be doing fair trade, amazing work in China, and they can be really working to become net zero, and things can be doing amazing things out there. Okay, so production houses can be fair trade in different areas of the world. It doesn't have to just be in America to be an amazing product. The reason why I believe we are also focused on local is because of the shipping and freight and how much that wastes. But there are ways around that, and people are trying to solve that solution as well. So with this, you have to keep an open mind. If brands are trying to know what's going on, you have to give them the benefit of the doubt and a platform to grow on, because they're never going to get better if they can't have somebody support them and say, hey, maybe try for the fair trade certificate that you've been working for. Your factory can do it. Let's go for it. These kind of things that I want to be here for.
Oh my gosh, I just got a chill. That was awesome. That was awesome. because, I mean, it's going to be so hard for a small company, a startup, to get into the big box stores or the global stores or global marketplaces. So definitely, I mean, it's great that, there's smaller platforms, quote unquote, like yours, that are welcoming, the startups and the smaller ones. And a lot of entrepreneurs really don't want to, become a global, company. In other
Yeah.
words, that's just not their thing, I mean, this is cool. Okay. So for anyone who is on the chat here, thank you so much for joining, and please put your questions or comments down below for Ashley, and she'll be happy to answer them. And while we wait for comments and questions, let's go to our next question, which is, so you talked a little bit about the selection criteria, but maybe we could expand on that in terms of like what you use in terms of choosing your, suppliers, your products.
Yeah, so you guys can always go to our page, recycletoriches.org, and you can look on our transparency page. It's under communications. And so that way you can get the background on it. It actually breaks down the dropship system, what we use for suppliers, and then also it breaks down the questions that we ask the brand owners on the phone. So you could look at those. There's about like 13, and we're always adding. Basically our main focus is knowing where their products are coming from, if it's a fair trade factory, knowing what the product is made out of, the materials that make it up, knowing who the brand owner is. If I didn't get to talk on the phone with them, know their background. If it's just a sales representative, I want to know the background of the brand owners. Typically it is the brand owner though. And if it's not the brand owner, we quickly get to know the brand owner.
Yeah, yeah,
Just because, they like
yeah,
talking to us, I hope.
yeah, yeah.
And then the other side of it is the full life cycle, which I mean, from start to finish. Do you know where it comes from, what it's made out of, what the shipping process is, and then when it goes to the landfill, what's going to happen? Where's it going to go? How's it going to compose? How's it going to break down? So from start to finish, that's why they call it a life cycle analysis, because it's on each product and the brand itself.
I love
And
that.
if they don't know, they quickly find out what it is. These
Yeah,
brands are like interested.
yeah,
They're like, what the heck? I didn't know that. Okay, I'll ask that.
yeah, yeah,
So it's
yeah.
pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It stirs up awesome conversation and communication.
Awesome. I just want to say hi to anyone who's on the
Yes.
conversation here today or in the
Thank you. Thank
conversation.
you.
And thanks so much. And if you have questions or comments for Ashley, just put them down below and she'll be happy to answer. And while we wait, I want to backtrack a bit, Ashley, regarding sustainability. What does that mean to you and your company?
Sustainability for me has a very like personal definition that people have to define for themselves. But again, I have definitions on that transparency page, and I break down how I define it. You can always go there and check it out. But basically, I would define it as trying to be zero waste as possible. Okay. And it's very hard to do that. I understand. But there's tools out there like Recycle to Riches, Yummy Vegan. You give us tools too. There's tools out there that can help you, but trying to shop zero waste as possible. And really, sustainability is caring about what the end result is and how it was made. Okay, so where is it going when it's done? When I'm done using this, what's the waste stream like? When I got it, where did it come from? For me, that's sustainability. If I know these things and I'm working towards a zero waste lifestyle, meaning my output, my waste isn't waste, it's just coming right back in and it's a closed loop, that's sustainability for me. And a lot of people have to define it themselves because it's such a challenging process and road. but it's a journey and it's a beautiful one. And once you start on the sustainable world and the journey, you can't really end it. You know, you peel back that that curtain and you're like,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like once you know, you can't
Yeah,
unknow
you
it,
can't
you know?
unknow it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
But we have here Deborah saying, thank you, ladies, for caring about our planet.
Oh, that's
Awesome,
my
Deborah.
mama.
Oh, hi, Deborah. How are you?
Hi,
There we
mom.
go. Awesome. Thanks for joining. And while we wait for more questions and comments, there was something else when you were talking. It reminded me, and I think I have this right, that you guys also, in the arena of recycling, you guys also offer, for example, if a person has like an old sweatshirt or an old sweater or something like that, or not necessarily old, but you know, they have a sweater or something and they kind of want it to be, I don't know, like redesigned or repurposed. Is that something that you all do?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
we have a repair and transformation section on the
that's what it
website.
is. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you can go there. There's like 3 steps to it. You just look in your closet, whatever you want to transform. Then you can email us and then we'll send you a shipping label. You ship it to us, or if you're local, I'd love to pick it up so we can save on that. And then who's coming in? And then if you want, we'll sketch something out for you and then we can send it back to you once it's done and repaired. Takes about 3 weeks for the whole process to go, you know, fully, but it's worth it once you get your jacket back or your pants back or your shirt back or your sweat back and it's all fully new to you.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
And
and we
it's
work hand in hand with you to transform it, you know, or if it's a simple repair, we just repair what we know to repair.
That's awesome. Wow. Cool, cool. I want to say hi to everyone who's in the conversation today. And please put your questions and comments down below for Ashley, and she'll be happy to answer. And meanwhile, let's go to what differentiates Recycle to Riches from other smaller sustainable marketplaces.
Mm. For me, I do feel like it is the, you know, transparency of it all. And we're not big, so we don't have other people working on this. It's mainly me and one other person. And it's really a close-knit community and it's family. When you're on our marketplace, when you work with us, when you collaborate with us, especially now, you're going to come up with us in the whole process. So I think people are just really excited for what's to come of Recycle to Riches. And that's why they're excited to help us out right now and work with us.
Awesome. No, and I really like the community aspect that you're talking about because I think, you know, to me, I would also translate it as like, you know, building relationships. Like they're not just you know, customer number 1, 2, 3, or
Yeah.
so you really, or even your suppliers, you know, etc. So
Yeah.
I really like that you are making it more personalized and, you know, more of a community, especially during these social distancing times. So
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I worked for a company before I started all this. Well, not before, but during all of this, Atelier and Repairs. And the owner said something to me, which was beautiful. She said, you know, these customers aren't customers. They're our community. I was like, oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. You're so right. Because customers are what are driving us to keep going. You know, people that come back and support us and help us out, our sponsors, they're the ones that make this all happen. So every community member counts.
yeah. So tell us a bit more about sponsors. I mean,
Yeah.
what does that really mean?
Yeah. So again, we're new. So this whole thing is keep growing. It's going to be,
Evolving
yeah,
and
it's going to be
yeah.
defined definitely by the end of February. We'll have, and in the beginning of March, we'll have a definition of all of this for you guys. But mainly right now, a sponsor is just somebody that wants to come along board. If you guys have a product that you know is going to be amazing, you just love our mission, You feel for what we're trying to do with these closed loop communities that I hope we can talk about. If you feel what we're doing is something that should be continued, it's helping us out. It's donating. We have a fundraiser page that you guys can check out. It's on our website. It should be in our bio right now. If it's not, I'll pop it in by the end of this. But yeah, it's just about helping us out right now. And then this will evolve into actually having sponsorship platforms that you guys can choose from, just from like corporate sponsor, any corporations that want to help us out, all the way down to just a friend that wants to give $5 will help tremendously. So these are going to be coming out very shortly, and you'll be able to choose your own way you want to help out. And right now, even if you're shopping and buying products on our site, you're a sponsor.
And I think that's really cool because it builds that connection between, your company, and your clients and your suppliers.
Yeah, even Yummy Vegan having an affiliate with us, that is being a sponsor for us, because that's getting our name out there. That's what we need. Even doing this, for me, any form of publicity or help or financial gain or anything like that is a sponsorship in some form, because you're helping us get this ball rolling.
Awesome. Now we need to talk about the closed loop that you just mentioned. So maybe you want to kind of expand on that then for us, please.
Yes, of course. So this is our overall, and this is big, guys. I don't think I talked about this really anywhere yet. So bear with me, okay? This
breaking
is
breaking
news, people. That was my radio. I don't know.
Good one.
Okay, so basically the closed loop systems are what we want a closed loop economy, ultimately. So our ultimate goal as a 501c3 nonprofit is to change the culture of consumption. In order to do this, we need to create these closed loop communities, and we really want it to be replicable so that it can be placed anywhere. A town can pick it up, a country can pick it up, anywhere can pick this closed loop community system up and change the microclimate of the area it's around. Okay, so these communities will be able to be lived in. It's all completely closed loop on its own grid, giving back electricity, have its own sewer system, use all of that sewage for beautiful systems, have a community garden to feed the community around us as well, not just the community that's inside the R2R community, but we want to be able to feed the community around us that can't afford it so much. And again, this is all going to be coming out very shortly, and you'll be able to see how we break this down and the steps that we're going to be taking. We're actually going to be using what we want to focus on, the SDGs.
What is that?
You want me to go into that? Cool.
Well,
I love it.
Okay, because I was going to say, at least tell us what it stands for.
Yeah, I totally will. I love it. So SDGs are Sustainable Development Goals by the UN. There's 17 of them. So we're going to be focused with those, and we're going to hopefully be pairing up with them and working towards that. And we're also going to be taking on the 6 points of sustainability design. They're called Earth Ships, and it's by Michael E. Reynolds, I believe how you pronounce it. So those are the two main focuses that we need to bring into these communities to make this possible. And again, we're just developing this system and taking on this one step at a time, like we said.
Right. But I really feel like if you're going to be a part of the, the SDGs, in terms of like these global development goals, I really feel like it puts you in a better position to collaborate with other people. In other words, you're all on the same team,
Yeah, 100%.
So, and sustainability and climate change and, recycling and zero waste.
Mhm.
I mean, all of that is just on everybody's minds. I mean, I'm like stressing out, am I doing well enough?
You're doing okay. It's all right. Yeah, take a deep breath. Yeah,
I
we're
don't
all
know.
doing okay.
You think so? I hope so. I hope so. Shh, meditation time. Let's inhale and
Yeah.
exhale.
Let me give you some good news, guys. Everybody is working on this. We're doing this. It's going to happen. Consumers, just try your best, ask questions, just be curious about what's going on with your products. Don't stress. It's okay. We got this. We're going to do this. We're going to save the world.
All right. Well, on that note, we could probably wrap it up, but no. We're going to keep
We
going.
got more. We got more. Come on.
No.
We just
We're
got
going to keep
started.
going. I was just joking.
It's like every question has been the end. Like, Ralph, all right.
No. All right, well, but we're just halfway there. So, all right. So let's go to your affiliate program. And obviously, I am an affiliate, and my discount code for Recycle the Riches is in my bio, and it's Yummy Vegan. And so you can just click on the link in my bio, and then you'll see a link that will take you to recycletoriches.org. And you will put in the code, when it's time to kind of check out and all that good stuff, you will put in Yummy Vegan. So let's go to,
all caps, right?
Yeah, all caps. There we go. And I did put it in all caps on my in my bio link. So so let's talk a bit, please, about the program. What do you want people to know about it?
Say that one more time. You got out on me.
Okay. So tell us a bit about your affiliate program, and what do you want everybody to know about your affiliate program?
Yes. So our affiliate program is basically a way to gather the community, get it growing, bring more people on to support Recycle to Riches, and to just highlight our marketplace. Because I really want these products to get highlighted, these brand owners to get highlighted, and to have people like you that support us, love us, and want to talk about us is really all a brand could ask for. So we give you a actual unique discount code. It's 5%. I know that's not a lot of discount, but remember, everything goes back into the nonprofit. So the 5% is really just a wink to say thanks for coming on, and please shop with us. And we have free shipping. So come on.
Yeah.
So it's just an incentive program to grow the community and get people on our website to check it out and really support these brands that we have on our marketplace.
Yes, and I do want to say that I did see your interview with your shipping supplier,
Yeah,
and yeah,
Sendel.
I saw that interview some weeks ago, and it was very informative. Number one, very encouraging.
Mm,
That they really are, doing. Such a great job at
yeah,
trying to streamline and refine and improve shipping, which is a huge impact on our planet.
it is. Yeah. And I do want to also plug BooksBox because it's called BOOX.eco. I want to plug them only because they're an incredible organization, company that is also transforming the culture of shipping. They reuse the boxes. So they gave the customer the opportunity to, they have a shipping label right in the box for you. You just pull it right out. You fold up the box back into an envelope. I'm going to get one second.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's incredible. And they actually sponsored us for the first 100 boxes. So they donated to us. So we were really grateful for them. This is them. Hi, I'm Books. And then and then if you open it up like this.
Oh wow.
And it turns into a box.
Oh my.
Like
Oh
that.
my. Oh
Boom.
my.
The shipping
Hola.
label's right there, you see?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
a QR code right there to scan.
Amazing.
And it tells you how to do it. Basically, you pull out that shipping label, you fold it back up, you pop it right here, and you put it in the mailbox. and it
Wow.
goes back to Books. They clean it up with all, like, I'm allowed to brand this, so I could put my logos on this and things like that. So they clean up those stickers, they take it off, they sanitize it, goes back into the system to another brand to be reused and resent for another order.
Wow. And
How
I think
closed loop is that?
that's like super tight clothes. That's like,
And they're
that's
working
like
on drop
waterproof.
off. They're working on drop off locations as well, so
Oh
that
my
people,
God.
like in San Francisco, that's where
Right.
they're from.
A
They're
bigger
picking up.
city.
They're trying to set up pickup systems
Oh
so they don't
my.
have to ship it.
Right, right. And I believe that you had a piece on your in your feed and or your stories recently about boots, correct?
Yep, yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep, for sure. And they're also on the transparency page. Whoa,
you're good. You're good. Yeah.
that wasn't an earthquake, people.
I
It was
was
just my
thinking
desk.
after you, I know after you
It
had
was
that
just my knee
expression,
on the desk. Don't
after your
freak out. We're
expression, I'm
okay.
like, okay, she's in California. Is she having an earthquake? But she's
I
so
could
used to
really
it.
scare some people.
No, no, no. But I figured, oh, you're so used to them anyway. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I don't even wake up from them. You're just like,
Yeah, like a little tremor.
yeah, you don't
Yeah.
even know what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, where are you located right now?
I am near Boston.
Mm.
Yes.
We
So,
have a amazing shampoo bar brand, Butter and Lye. They're
yes, they
right
were
in
on.
Boston.
Oh, yes, they were on. We had a chat. I believe it
Isn't she
was.
amazing?
Yes, Monique. I spoke with
Yeah,
Monique. Yeah,
Monique is
yeah, yeah.
amazing.
And she came on and talked to us. So if anybody missed that interview or
Mm.
that conversation, rather, it's
Yes,
on my IGTV channel for lives. And so yeah, that was a great conversation. And
I'm
and
gonna go check it out afterwards.
yeah, and their products are beautiful. Yeah, she was among, I want to say, the first 10. So you'll have to go back, quite a few.
Good
But
job, by the way, doing all these. It's
thank you.
hard,
Well, thanks to you. Thanks to you as well. And I
of
want to say
course.
hi and thanks to everybody who's joining. And please keep your questions and comments coming down below in the comment section. But we do have a question. Oh, yes. So we had a question here from Deborah Dawson. Could you explain closed loop to me? So I
Yes.
know you talked a little bit about that. Is there anything else you want to expand on? And I think in particular, and thank you, Deborah, for the question. I think in particular because you just even gave us another example of what,
Yeah,
that closed loop
looks like.
looks like, right?
Yeah. So basically, I would say I want to plug this too. We're right now on a linear production system, which means it goes from start to finish just straight and it drops off at the end, meaning we really don't know what goes on at the end. And it's just kind of there and piling up. There's nothing that goes on. We're trying here with the waste. Okay.
You mean in general, like
Right now,
in the
in the
general,
general production
yeah,
process,
totally.
everything, how we live, our
Yeah,
system right
yeah. We
now
just
is
keep
linear.
churning and churning and churning and producing and
We're just
producing.
producing and it's linear. It's from production to end, it's linear, just straight line, right? So when we say closed loop, picture that line that you see for a linear production system going like this
Yep.
and hitting right there. From production all the way to the end is closed. So we don't see waste.
Oh,
That's a closed loop economy.
that's music to my ears.
That's the best way I can explain it to people that aren't in environmental science and can't have that whole explanation of all the other stuff.
No, and I think the way I would interpret it as a layperson, I would interpret it as, for example, the waste or the end product is not going to end up in a landfill, for example.
Right.
That's
Well, it
just
might.
one.
No, we might have landfills, right? The
Okay,
end
okay,
product may go to a landfill, but
okay.
that landfill then produces something that we can produce with energy, fabric from the soil for the garden, something. That landfill is doing something other than just producing waste.
But that's my point. And in my view, I don't call that a landfill.
Right.
Now, I
Okay.
know I'm just a layperson, so of course I'm not in the industry. However, for
It's a land that would be filled with stuff.
right, and for example, it's a dump. It's just a garbage dump, and it
Yeah.
sits there, and it'll take hundreds or thousands of years to to decompose, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're saying, in your scenario and in your neck of the woods and sustainability, those products are not just going to sit there. Something's going to happen to them. They're going to, in other words, have a second wind,
Yes.
have a second chance, a second life.
In simplest terms, keep it in the loop. Anything you produce, keep it in the loop. Keep it going.
I love that. I love that. No, it's awesome. Totally. I
You
want to
know?
say hi and thanks to everybody who's joining. And please put your questions and comments down below for Ashley, and she'll be happy to answer. And while we wait for that, can you tell us a bit about your future projects coming up? I know you mentioned already the SDG. Is there anything else you want to share with us about what you have coming up I guess in the near term, medium term?
Yeah, I'm really excited for this personally. We're going to be setting up a sustainable business training so that,
Oh,
yeah, and so that people can take the training, learn how to do it, get the basis of it, get the steps, and not only a sustainable one. Sustainable doesn't always mean like eco-friendly. It also means being able to last, being able to withstand the waves that are going to come to you. So we're going to be working on that and setting up a class for that. The first one will be over Zoom, and it'll be live event, so you can join, ask questions live. I'll have it'll be with me as the panelist speaking and training you guys. Yeah. And yeah. I'm just really excited because this is what we do. I love communicating with people. I love teaching people. And this is what I've been working towards. So we're getting that together for you guys for a training. And then it'll be a downloadable thing afterwards that you can purchase if you didn't get to go to the live one.
good to know. Good to know. And I think it really helps to, build that community and that relationship that you were getting at before. I mean, when was the last time anybody, in this conversation heard of a big box having a Zoom call to,
Right,
you
right.
know, like
I
an
know.
educational session, a Q&A on their sustainability, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, when was the last time?
We don't know. There are people trying to communicate, obviously we have amazing organizations out there, but I think it's time that I share the information that I've gathered over the past 5 years.
Totally. Totally. And what is cool too is that you can help others who may be new in this arena, who may
Yeah,
be in the sustainability industry, not necessarily in a nonprofit like yourself,
right.
or even in a
This is
for
mainly
profit.
talking about a LLC or a DBA. A nonprofit, I am way too new at to talk about. I'm way
Okay.
too new at it. I know
Good
what I'm
point.
doing because
Good
I'm
point.
trying to study, but yeah, I've been in the doing business as a
Right.
DBA realm and the LLC realm more than anything over these past 5 years. So that's what we'll be working on and working towards. You're not going to start, you don't really want to just start up a nonprofit. I wouldn't, unless you have a really clear vision of what you need to do and you have like a mission from God and you know exactly what that is. I would start a DBA to test the waters of owning your own company.
No, but that's a very good point because one would think, oh yeah, they're a nonprofit, so that's kind of the perspective they're coming from. But it's really helpful, because most businesses are for profit.
Yeah, exactly.
So this, I think, your event will have even a wider audience, and a wider, applicability in terms of where people's, heads are at.
Yeah, and nonprofits can join too if they want to learn how to become sustainable. So it's not just about opening up a company, it's also about taking on these sustainable platforms that I found.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, while we wait for more questions or comments, let us know, please, where are the best places for folks to contact you for more information, collaboration, questions, etc.?
Yeah, I'm a lot on Instagram myself, so you can always DM Recycle to Riches, or you can also just email hello@recycletoriches.com, and we will respond as soon as possible. And also on our website, there's a contact page that you can reach out from.
Awesome, awesome. And so we have a few minutes left, and I don't see any more questions. I do want to thank everybody who's joining,
Thanks.
either live or on the replay. And I want to, first of all, say thank you again to you, Ashley. And secondly, is there anything else you want to say to us to kind of wrap it all up and put a bow on it for us, please?
Yes, I do. I want to say to all of the community out there that you're trying to shop sustainably, or ethically, the first step is to ask questions before you buy. And if you've bought before and you really like the brand, ask them where your stuff is coming from, because this is going to put pressure on the production of fast fashion, of fast production. If you guys are asking for it, we have to give it to you. I'm not trying to put pressure on the consumer or the community at all, but it's a big help for us if you're asking the questions, because if they can't answer them, they're not sustainable. They're not ethical. If they don't want to tell you everything about that product, they're probably hiding things.
That's a really good point.
So ask questions.
Yeah, no, and that brings me kind of back to what you were saying earlier about, again, creating a community, having your customers, ask you questions, etc. But what I was also thinking is like that helps you to evolve and improve, because you have an ear to the ground and you're listening to your clients, and you are adjusting to what their needs are.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
not just, again, like, a big production house where you're just churning stuff out, churning.
Right.
Your ears are closed to what's happening with your customers. So I really like that aspect too. And I think that ties into your recommendation to all of us as consumers.
Yeah. Yeah. And please, ask questions to me. If you see a product on Recycle to Riches and you don't really know enough information about it, which we try to give you enough already on the page, please just ask and we'll answer. And if we don't know it, we'll find it out.
Right. And then that helps everyone, because then you can add that information to your product description, to your
and the transparency
FAQs.
page.
Yeah. Totally. Awesome. Is there anything else you wanted to cover, Ashley?
Thank you. That's all I want to say. Thank you for this platform, and thank you for who joined. And if you want to help us out, you can shop on recycletoriches.org, or you can simply just follow us on Instagram. That'd be amazing too.
Awesome. And again, my affiliate link is Yummy Vegan, all in caps. And the link is in the link in my bio. There's a link in my bio, and you click on that, and then you'll see a link there for Recycle to Riches. So I want to thank Ashley again. I want to thank everybody else who joined. I will save the live to my feed and my stories, and then I will message you after.
Thank you so much. This was amazing.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ashley. It was great. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, community. Thank you. Stay connected.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.